Every house has its doors. The front door, bedroom doors, maybe a basement door. But what if one night, a door appeared in your home? A door that had never been there before? And what if it only appeared at midnight? Thomas had just bought his first house. It was old but charming, with creaking wooden floors and drafty windows. He planned to restore it room by room. The realtor had warned him, "Don't be alarmed if you hear noises. Houses this old, they breathe." He laughed it off, until his first week when he noticed something strange. Every night just after midnight, he'd hear a low dragging sound in the hallway, like wood scraping against wood. The first night, he thought it was the wind. The second night, he thought he was dreaming. The third night, he got up to check, and that's when he saw it. At the end of the hallway, a door. It hadn't been there before. The paint was different, the wood darker, its knob old-fashioned brass. Thomas rubbed his eyes. Had he missed it during the day? He tried opening it. The knob was ice cold. It didn't budge. When he turned on the lights, the door was gone. The next day, he measured the hallway, counted the doors, checked for secret panels or hidden spaces. Nothing. But that night at midnight, the sound came again, dragging, scraping, and there it was. The same door. This time, the knob turned slightly on its own. Thomas's skin prickled. He whispered into the dark. "Hello?" No answer. But from the other side of the door, a faint knock. He didn't sleep that night. The following evening, he stayed awake in the hallway, watching the spot where the door appeared. At the stroke of midnight, he blinked, and it was there. But this time, the door was open a crack. From within came the smell of damp earth, and a voice, a child's voice. "Let me out!" Thomas slammed the door shut, pressing his back against it, heart pounding, but the wood vibrated under his palms, like something was pressing from the other side. The next morning, he called a contractor. They inspected the hallway, tapping on the walls. "Solid. No doors here," the man said. "Maybe you're stressed." But Thomas knew what he'd seen, what he'd heard. That night, he made a mistake. He decided to film it. He set up his phone, camera facing the hallway. At midnight, the door appeared again. But this time, when he checked the footage, the door had been there the entire night, not appearing at midnight, always there, watching. And worse, something had been standing just behind it, a shadow, thin and hunched, peeking through the crack. On the seventh night, Thomas woke to find the door already wide open. The hallway was filled with the smell of soil, rot, and something metallic. He heard footsteps, slow, dragging, coming closer. He grabbed his phone, dialed 911, but the line was full of static, and then he saw it. A hand, thin gray, fingers too long, curling around the edge of the door frame. Thomas ran. He bolted out of the house barefoot, and didn't stop until he was 2 streets away. When the police searched the house the next morning, they found no extra door, just a long empty hallway. But his phone was still recording, and the final seconds of footage were clear. The camera faced the door. The knob turned. The wood creaked, and a voice whispered, "Not midnight anymore. Now, always." The house was later sold again. The new owners claimed the same thing. At night, a door appears at the end of the hallway, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. It waits for you. And sooner or later, it opens.